I go for refuge and to be enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulation of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and to be enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and to be enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye joda zoge jonam lai chanjo bando dane yazo tola benjir sangye dubarai jo sangye joda zoge jonam lai chanjo bando dane yazo je nage jinzo kebe sonam Dola benjira sanje dubarai jo sanje joda zoge jonamla Yanjo bado dane yazo je dage jinso kebe sonam Dola benjira sanje dubarai sho Om ye dharma hetu Desham chayo nirodha eva bhati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma Tathagato yabatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam Hetum tesham dathagato yabatat Tesham chayo nirodha Evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha All arise from causes, the causes taught by the Tathagata. Okay, now today we'll read the Recognizing the Mother. Recognizing the Mother, which page is it? Page 182, thank you. Page 182. Okay, let me quickly again give the background of this. This is authored by Venerable Dorji, Recognizing the Mother. Mother here refers to the wisdom of emptiness. In fact, the emptiness, more than not so much the wisdom of emptiness, is the emptiness, the object of the wisdom of emptiness, not the wisdom per se. And the mother, the emptiness given the metaphor of the mother. And this was composed by Venerable, an incredibly great scholar, plus a meditator, a realized master. And in the olden times, when we speak about the scholar, usually the scholars, meditators, great enlightenment, they're more synonymous. Because the scholars, they actually meditate. They are very brilliant and they apply this in their meditation. So therefore they are great masters, great meditators. So this text was composed by this great master in China. From Tibet he went to China with Ishan, known as the 5 sacred peaks of Aryamanjushri. That is considered as a sacred place of Aryamanjushri, Bodhishan, and he went for pilgrimage, and His Holiness the Dalai Lama also oftentimes expressed his aspiration to go for a pilgrimage to this sacred place for Aryamanjushri in China. And so here, that during his pilgrimage, he composed this text. Dorji, he composed this text, more like in extempore, the composition, extemporaneously. And so here, the mother was given, and here, as we read this, if you know some of the characteristics, the characters, I would say, then this will become extremely meaningful for us. One is that the mother, the metaphor given to the emptiness, and the father, metaphor given to the conventional reality, and the mother, metaphor given to the ultimate reality. And dependent origination, the metaphor given is the brother. And so here, and say that the person, the boy or the child who, like a lost child, this is each one of us, the author himself. And like each one of us, as we read this, you personify yourself as that little child who lost his mother, who loves the mother so much, but lost the mother. And how the mother is taken as somebody who really loves you, takes care of you, and so forth. And yet when the child lost the mother, it's very painful. And yet, for the child, the mother is the ultimate, the savior, ultimate protector. So likewise, emptiness is the ultimate protector for the beings. When you see the emptiness, then your all your mental problems are gone, and you're free from samsara, and you attain the ultimate the happiness. So likewise, when you meet with the mother, then that everything is taken care of by the mother. So this is a metaphor given, and then towards the middle, you find that the author, he identifies various traditions, particularly within. First, various traditions of the 4 schools which we studied by Bodhicitta, Sautrantika, Chittamatra, and Madhyamaka, the 4 schools. Of these 4 schools, how he was identifying each of the schools and saying that you need to upgrade your philosophical view, that if you don't upgrade, then you fall into one way or the other to the extreme. You follow the extreme in one way or the other, and finally you have to get to the Prasangika philosophy. What? And then within the Tibetan Buddhism, again there are various traditions, Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Gedok, and the first, he identifies the Gedok tradition, which is where all these academic studies are deeply studied, and he identifies as where you can possibly go wrong. When you study emptiness, when you meditate emptiness, where you can possibly go wrong. So he is identifying the loopholes where somebody can easily fall into and how to get out of this. Then he also identifies each of the other traditions also, Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, each of the other. And then when these different, not the tradition holders, these two are different. So, for example, say the Buddhist tradition is very compassionate, and Jainism tradition is very compassionate, and ahimsa, non-violence. But the individuals can be quite rude. We never know individuals. So, likewise, these traditions, there's no come against the traditions, but the tradition holders, some of them may be falling into some wrong, the loopholes, weaknesses, or wrong views. So the author identifies these potential dangers where these different tradition holders, they can fall into, dangers that they can fall into. and he again helps them identify them, and he tells them how to get out of these the potential dangers, and then get to the right track. Okay, this is all about this. This is a beautiful text, and of course this is purely experiential on with respect to emptiness. Okay, we'll read this together. Recognize the Mother, a song on the experience of the middle way view by Dorji. Emaho. He who reveals in bear the wonder of profound dependent and arising nature. O my Guru, your kindness is indeed boundless. Kindly reside in my heart as I utter these extemporaneous words from the thoughts flashing in my mind. This helpless child who lost his old mother so long ago is about to realize coincidentally what he has not recognized, that she has been with him all along. She is perhaps the one that is and is not, and told me quietly by my brother, the dependent arising. The diverse subject-object duality is to my mother's benign smile. This cycle of birth and death, her deceptive words. O my undeceiving mother, you have betrayed me. So I hope to be saved by my brother, the dependent arising. Yet it is ultimately through your kindness alone, O mother, that I can hope to be free. If subject-object duality is as they seem to be, not even the Buddhas of the three times can save us. But this diversity changes is in reality my unchanging mother's expression. Hence there is indeed a way out. Things not established objectively is the inexpressible mother. Mutual dependency is the play of deception. Just merely this is how we should understand. Not finding the father when sought, in fact, is the finding of the mother. Okay, you remember? Say, we do for, through the ultimate analysis, you look for the flower, which is the father, ultimate truth, conventional truth. You look for the flower, and you end up seeing that flower is objectively empty. So the flower disappears. Objective emptiness, objectivity is the mother, and the flower that you're seeing from distance is the conventional truth, the father. When you go to explore this objectively by ultimate analysis, you see that you find the mother, emptiness. Okay, let's read this once more. Not finding the father when sought is in fact the finding of the mother, and the father is found on mother's lap. That is how the kind parents saved me, their child, I am told. It seems that my brother's mirror reflects the ungrasped face of my mother, which is neither one nor multiple, yet a helpless one like me had no idea of it. Based on the instructions sent through the wind by Nagarjuna and Chandrakirti, which Manjushri Garbha has sent a bird to pass it on to us, averts the hardship of a long and tiring search. Hence I hope to see the accompanying old mother. Okay, here. Averts the hardship of the long and tiring search. Emptiness. Just imagine that on the planet Earth, since the Homo sapiens came, of course, 0.5 billion years ago. 5 billion years ago, the unicellular organism, not 5 billion, 4 billion years ago, the unicellular organism came on the planet Earth first, 4 billion years ago. We can't expect that unicellular organism to realize emptiness. We couldn't expect that. And from there, gradually 200 million years ago, dinosaurs, we can't expect wisdom emptiness. Then gradually, 0.3 million years ago, the Homo sapiens came. So Homo sapiens, human beings, full-fledged human beings, but they very raw language, very raw language. Even the language is not developed too much. A very simple language, and feeding on the eating animals. That's it. And clothes what? Animal skin or the leaves. That's it. That was the Homo sapiens, human beings, 0.3 million years ago. And gradually these thoughts developed. Then 2,500 years ago, for the first time on planet Earth, emptiness was taught by the Buddha. First time, 2000s. Just imagine, 0.3 million, like 300,000 years. 300,000 years the Homo sapiens existed, but only the last 2,500 years, concept of emptiness came on the planet Earth. It was taught by the Buddha.
till that point, no one had this idea of the concept of emptiness. So, if we are to search for this reality on our own, it's very tiring. We can hardly find it. Relativity theory, Albert Einstein found it only just about like the 100, like almost like the less than 200 years. And the Newton could not find this. And then gradually it developed. Likewise, the wisdom of emptiness, found only just like 2,500 years ago. And if we are to find this, so difficult. We're so lucky that we are born in an age where the Bodhicitta community already found this, and this wisdom of emptiness was so brilliantly being taught, practiced on the planet Earth. So very fortunate. So here it says, based on the instructions sent through the wind by Nagarjuna Acharya Chandragrati, Arya Nagarjuna, the further explained the Bodhicitta communist teaching on emptiness, Acharya Chandragrati, and elaborated that, which Manjushri Garba refers to Lama Tsongkhapa. Lama Tsongkhapa, it says that Lama Tsongkhapa, from the planet Earth, he passed away, and it said that he is going to take birth in the place where the Arimathriya, Tushita, where Arimathriya resides, and he is going to become enlightened. He's already enlightened, but manifested in the form of Manjushri Garba. So Manjushri Garba refers to Lama Tsongkhapa. And Lama Tsongkhapa's commentary, that is extremely clear, and you study this, you get some understanding of emptiness, you read Lama Tsongkhapa's commentaries, you'll see that we really found a treasure on the planet Earth, that we are so lucky that the Lama Tsongkhapa came on the planet Earth to make the wisdom taught by the Buddha, Arya Nagarjuna, Chandragrati, become so clear to our understanding. Okay, let's read this once more. Verse 9. Based on the instructions sent through the wind by Nagarjuna Chandragrati, which Manjushri Garba has sent a bird to pass it on to us, averts the hardship of a long and tiring search. Hence, I hope to see the accompanying old mother. They seem to be amongst today's scholars, those who are being caught in the web of terms, thoroughly withstanding, true existence, etc., seek only something which withholds to be negated while living intact their solid appearance. So this is where the author is rejecting or identifying the potential dangers where Gelugpa scholars, Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Gelugpa scholars, they can potentially fall into. He's identifying these mistakes, and then later on he was going to identify each one of the other teachers also. Let's read once more. 10. They seem to be amongst today's scholars, those who, being caught in the web of terms, thoroughly withstanding, true existence, etc., seek only something with horns to be negated while living intact the solid appearance. But on my mother's unveiled face, such vivid duality is not found. I believe, through excessive discussion of the mark, my old mother is likely to run away. Things exist, though not in this mode of chaos and contradictions. For the inseparable bond of our loving parents seems that of harmony and tenderness. Vaibhashika, Sautrantika, Vaishnavadin, and 3 Eastern masters, though labeled his mother with names so divergent, limestone-like white elephant, marked with beaming tiger stripes in the form of physical matter, a foolish lunatic monkey, an intrinsic subject, a ferocious bear, the inherency devoid of duality, yet they all lost the old mother. Likewise, many scholars and meditators amidst Sakya, Nyingma, Karma, and Dukpa pride themselves in diverse terminologies. Self-awareness of non-subjective emptiness, clarity, primordial purity and spontaneity, the true face of Samadhavatra, Mahamudra, unfabricated innate mind, neither existence nor non-existent, a mere absence of any thesis. It is all well if the target is hit, but I wonder what you are all pointing at. As external matter is not dismantled, Vaibhashika, worry not and be pleased. Though without self-cognizance, cognition and cognize are tenable. All Vijnanivadins, oh be pleased. Though without intrinsic nature, dependent relative starkly remains. Be pleased too with the three Eastern masters. As clarity and emptiness can be held as uncontradictory, upholders of pure instructions hold doubts no more. Though primordially pure, good and bad are feasible. The knowledge bearers need no clinging to purity. Though one meditates through contrivance, the innate dawns. Elderly meditators need no insistence. As the absence of elaborations of existence or non-existence can be accepted, the stubborn logicians need not fret. All this occurred perhaps due to unfamiliarity with the standard conventions. For those lacking extensive study, it is not that I have no respect for you. Please pardon if offended. Though I'm not an all-knower, yet have expertise in the ways of riding the well-bred horse of my ancestors' works. Through an enduring, persistent exertion, I hope to get over the impossible cliff. No search is required, for the seeker it is. Never grasp as true, for it is false. Yet the falsity should not be dispelled, for it is real. Well deserved is a respite, the freedom from the extreme of externalism and nihilism. Though lacking the coveted experience of directly seeing the mother, I feel as though I'm seeing right in front of me the kind of parents lost for so long. Great indeed is the kindness of Nagarjuna and his disciples. Great indeed is the kindness of Venerable Lobsang Tapa. Great indeed is my Guru's kindness. In return, I revere the mother. By the joyous celebration of all noble deeds, through the meeting of the young child of awareness, with his unproduced, inexpressible old mother, may all mother beings be led to their lasting joy. I, Dorji, perform here at this joy a dance of ecstatic joy to please the three jewels. Okay, where do we leave this? Okay. Okay, so this, the emptiness of autonomous substantial reality, we'll do tomorrow morning. Remind me again. Okay. I think first there are several questions also here, and these I will do perhaps, I'm wondering if today we can finish this section. Okay, yesterday somebody said that okay, where is Manju left already? Okay, anybody leaving today? Anybody else leaving today? No one. Why I'm saying this is that oh yes, Sonia. Okay, Sonia is okay. Sonia is from Nalanda University. We can send the Venerable Pujala, remind me that all the participants at Tibet House, we are going to offer a small booklet, this booklet and a bracelet. I'll send her share through you. And the Manju, okay, so I promised to give her that, but somehow it's slipped from my mind, in her mind. Good. Okay, so this morning we left with which step? Step 6. Step 6 done, not done. Step 6 done. What is next? Oh yes, the Rishi. What's the next step? Wonderful. Special recollection of the kindness of others. Okay, special recollection of the kindness of others. Why this is known as special recollection of the kindness of others? Special. Special because usually there's always is always admired or appreciated or admired somebody who remembers the kindness of somebody else. To remember the kindness of one's parents, being grateful, expressing gratitude towards one's parents, those who are kind to you. This is something very common. It's not special, it's very common. And it's expected to do. But this step number 7, especially this step number 7 is treated as special because that conventionally speaking, in the conventional world, the people can't really see the reason why one should be one should be grateful to the people who are unkind towards you, people who are nasty. So therefore, if you see that there's a reason we should be extremely grateful to them, then the people will not understand this. What he's saying, you're crazy. For example, somebody who's so nasty towards you, oh, this person is so kind to me, I express gratitude, I feel grateful to that person. No, conventionally speaking, this says you're crazy. If you see that I'm grateful to the person who's very nasty to you. So therefore, this teaching is known as Bodhicitta Shantideva, who is one of the masters in line holding this tradition of this method. He said that this teaching should be maintained confidential because this is the teaching majority of the people will not agree. They cannot really digest that such a teaching actually exists, that one should be able to, they actually practice these things. We cannot really understand it. So therefore these teachings are asked to be maintained confidential. When you practice it confidentially. Don't try to disclose it too much to outside people, or don't disclose it and keep a very low profile. Do practice because others will not really understand you. This yet is so profound. If you break through this experience, then your mind, you'll see that this is like a bird in the cage, that let free, you feel total freedom, then nothing can affect you anymore. Any situation, any nasty situation, even the nastiest situation cannot affect you anymore. You feel total freedom, your happiness, nobody can hamper your happiness. This is amazing, powerful practice. So this practice in more detail, this step number 7, you'll find it in more detail in in Bodhicitta Shantideva's book, A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, chapter 8. A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, chapter 8, the title of which is Meditation. But if you read it, it begins with just how to create a conducive fact of meditation, how your mind, how you should isolate yourself from the physical distractions, how to isolate your mind from mental distractions, how to create a conducive fact of meditation. The first half is like this. Once all this is explained, then the second half is what are you going to meditate? When these factors are created, then what are you going to meditate on? Then it says that you practice the equalizing the exchange of self for others. Then the Bodhicitta instructions come from that part. Okay, second half of chapter 8. Good. Okay, now I would highly suggest you to read this chapter 8. The first half is more about the meditation in general, and second half and there are commentaries also. Good commentaries are there. One commentary that usually His Holiness has several commentaries, meaning commentaries on the individual chapters, selected chapters there by His Holiness. It's the best to go for the commentaries written by experienced masters, not anybody. You're getting it? Because the commentaries, anybody can write a commentary. But if the person doesn't feel that and read it, you will feel it's so dry. But as you read the commentaries by the masters like His Holiness, you see that it's full of vibrancy there. Your mind can change. So therefore, read the commentaries which are very standard. Another commentary that was suggested is by the most Venerable Geshe Ishe Tobden. Venerable Geshe Ishe Tobden. And the title of the book, I think, is Awakening Mind. Awakening Mind is originally it was published in Italian language. Italian language. From there was translated into English, and I don't know whether it is in Russian. Most likely not. And he was a lifelong meditator. He was a lifelong amazing lifelong meditator, a brilliant scholar, and spent the rest of his life meditating in the mountains. And later, his students requested him to come to give teachings in Italy. So every year, he's been invited, requested to give teachings in Italy. That he used to do, and then soon after the visit to Italy, giving teachings there, coming back to India, straight away he'll go to his caves. Straight away he'll go to his caves. And that's a beautiful moment. In fact, one time, I must be 24, 25. I completed my first 6-year studies in Institute of Buddhist Dialectics. And then the next, I was to do the emptiness meditation, emptiness class. And for the matter, I thought, what do you do now? Okay, what do you do now? So this is going to be a very important chapter of my life to study and practice wisdom of emptiness. Another 3 years, just for that purpose. And for us, 3 days we completed emptiness. Rishi, 3 days we completed. And I, after like 7 years of studies, then studying the emptiness course, and that too for 3 years. Very important. So I thought of going to, and my teacher, Venerable Rinpoche, he was already he moved to Sikkim. He's not in Dharamsala, he was not in Dharamsala anymore. And then I was thinking, where to go now? It's very auspicious, so I have to begin that with auspicious, the beginning. Then I thought of this teacher, Venerable Geshe Ishe Tobden Rinpoche, and it was winter, snowfall, heavy snowfall, and I didn't know where he lived, which mountain, which cave. I had no clue. I just went in the mountain, in the snow, and suddenly I entered in a place where you cannot go anywhere. It is very steep, finish, dead end. And I somehow got a clue that when Geshe Tobden Rinpoche, he was in the other mountain. And from here you cannot go. It's like dead end like this. And luckily there was one hermitage. From there, the meditator, young meditator, maybe a few years older than me. I was just 25. And a young meditator came out. He must have sensed somebody was going around his place. He came out and he said, "Hey, what do you want?" I said, "I want to go to meet Venerable Geshe Tobden Rinpoche." And he said, "Oh, so you cannot go from there, it's a dead end." So then he showed me the path. He showed me the way, how to get there. And very dangerous. It was snow, and you slip, finished. You'll reach McDonald's directly. So crawling like this, and finally I reached Geshe Tobden Rinpoche's place, and then I asked many questions on emptiness. And then he was so kind. Just a simple cave, and then he served me tea and something to eat, and he must be so happy to see that a young monk in the winter snow, just climbing, right? And then he was so patiently giving answers to my questions. That's an amazing experience. So he wrote a commentary. His commentary is available in Russian. I don't know. Okay, so this is one thing that I would suggest. So, if the where, of course, we have to go into detail. So this is Bodhisattva Shantideva's book, the chapter 8. And of course, the other chapters, we have to read all the other chapters. This is how the Bodhisattvas should behave, think. So with this in mind, step number 7, the special recollection of the kindness of others. Now, finally, why, in the first place, why we do all these exercises or the practices of meditations? And do you agree with me? It is to practice, or it is to feel the universal compassion towards all the beings. Yes, you agree? So when we study this, we have to make sure that you say that you understand what you are studying, what you're learning. You have to understand it, and so that it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then then for you to do the next step will be very shallow and you will not really resonate. Okay, so do you agree with me that bodhicitta is the aspiration? In the first place, bodhicitta is defined as the aspiration to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Yes, presents. This is the definition. Okay, if that is the case, then you should have, the basic foundation is that you have to love all the sentient beings. Yes, you have to love all the sentient beings, nasty, the good people, bad people, tiny insects, very popular, famous celebrities, everyone. Yes, good. If this is the case, then I should extend my love and affection towards all the beings, but all the beings, they're innumerable, infinite. So how can I go to tell each one of them, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, infinite beings. Your life is too short. So how should I practice this? How should I practice it? Even if I say I love you, it doesn't mean that your love actually flows. So my love should flow, but not only to one, but to the infinity. How is it possible? How is it possible? This question. So for that matter, there are very skillful ways, extremely skillful ways by which to make these things happen. Number one, that you should be able to say the subsume, or you should be able to say the each sentient beings should fall under your embrace. That is very important. Number one. Number two, you should feel your mind should flow with love and affection towards all the beings. Two, first, how to incorporate everybody under your embrace. Everybody in your scope of thinking. Everybody, how? So for that matter, it is not necessary we have to go to say everybody, keep a list. No need. Say all the beings you can classify into, say, 3 categories. For example, here, the participants here, I can safely say that the participants here can be classified into 3 groups. Who are they? Okay, those who are the 25 and below, 1, and next 26 and above till 40 and below, and next 41 and above. Is it perfect? Right? Anyone whoever you are, you fall under one of these 3 categories. You agree? Valerie, where do you fall? In the first category, second category, third category? First. Okay. Second. In a second. Valerie says, I'm young. And then Leon is saying that you are not too young, you are in the middle. Right? Okay. So this is how we can classify everybody. We can classify every being, human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, helpings, God and God spirits, everyone into 3 categories. What are the 3 categories? 1, those who love you so much, those who are conventionally kind to you, those who are considered as conventionally kind to you. We'll call them near and dear ones. 1. And number 2, the nasty ones, difficult people. And number 3, in between. What is in between? Neutral beings. Very good. That's it. You cannot think of anyone who doesn't fall under one of the three categories: near and dear ones, neutral beings, and the difficult beings. Three categories. How many agree with me? Raise hands. Okay, yes, it makes sense. Now, under my purview, under my radar, I can see that all beings fall under my radar. Very good. Okay, so that's easy now. The next, not only that you should be able to see them, you be able to classify them, or you get them into your preview, but that your mind should flow with love and affection to us all. Near and dear ones is easy. Your mind flows with love and affection towards the near and dear ones. Easy, raise hands. Easy. Okay. Neutral beings, a little challenging. Yes. Difficult people, no way. Raise hands. Okay. So conventionally speaking, difficult people, no way. No way. Okay. Is there anybody who tell us why you classify somebody as near and dear ones? Why you classify somebody as near and dear ones? Okay, Armin? Yes, you have the mic, tell me. No, you tell me. How do you classify somebody as a near and dear one? For example, you tell me. Somebody like your mom, dad, or Minundiji, somebody.
Yeah, you feel love towards them, and you feel love. You getting love from them.
Can you give an example? Your mom?
Yeah, like my mom.
Okay, let's say your mom. Your mom. What makes you feel that on your mom? You love your mom
because I love her.
Huh?
Just a feeling, of love.
Okay. Okay. Now, say, how many of you love your very difficult boss? Very difficult boss. Very difficult. No one. No one. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Now, but if you want to get away, how many like to feel the infinite happiness? Raise hands. If it exists, we're not sure if it exists or not. If it exists, I want to have it. Raise hands. If it exists, okay, loosely. You like, you don't like? Infinite happiness. You like? So normally, yes. Yes. If it exists, I like to have it. If you like to have it, the secret of this infinite happiness is infinite compassion, infinite love and affection. Love means your love should extend to everyone, including the difficult boss. There's no choice. You getting it? But you gotta practice this. This is no way. It's not possible. Okay. This is very important. Listen. Now, when you talk about love and affection, I mean the genuine love and affection. You getting it? Genuine love and affection. And there are two kinds. Okay, you tell me the love and affection which is so genuine, which is most commonly seen. Tell me. Genuine love and affection which is most commonly seen. Yes, children la. Any children, tell me. The love of the mother to the child. Anyone else? A genuine love and affection which is very commonly seen from teacher. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Very commonly seen. Valerie?
Когда в больнице медсестры заботятся о больных людях.
When at hospitals, nurses care for sick people.
Wonderful, wonderful. Anyone else? Very commonly seen. Tensionla.
Любовь хозяев к их животным.
Love of the owners towards their pets.
Oh, yes, that's true. Anyone else? Yes, Jimela. Commonly seen. You can hardly see Holiness. You get once in a while. Very commonly seen. Okay, the Shaheen. No, it is not pure. It's a business transaction. It's a business transaction. It's intoxicated. You drink the alcohol, then you see something. That is what intoxicated love. It's not a genuine love. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Hey, yes. Very good. Each one of us, I'm sure that out of like 80, 90 people here, no doubt, minimum 99% of us, I can see each one of you, 99.9% of us, we experience the same love towards your parents when you were age 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, till you reach age 14, 15. The most complicated age, where then you start to see your parents as the helicopter parents. You know helicopter parents? Means that I don't afraid, helicopter is always with me. Right? That's the problem. That's the time you forgot that love that you felt once. How many of you just raise hands? Those you were age 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Age 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not age 14, 15, 16, 17. 5, 6, 8. You see the prospect of your parents leaving you for 1 or 2 hours or 1 day. Your pain of the separation was so acute, resents. How many had that experience? Yes, you never said this. Love of the child was the mother. You're getting it? There are two the examples of love and affection so intense and which you can see very commonly around. Love of the parents towards the child, and more commonly love of the mother towards the child, and love of the child towards the mother. These two things. Okay, now this is very important. Listen, I'm not just sharing stories. So in a very simple way, there's a big message inside, a very important message inside. Love of the mother towards the child, and the love of the child towards the mother too. For us, we learn by example. We learn through examples. You getting it? Yes? We learn through examples. So, the love that we can easily learn from, which is easily visible. Example meaning should be easily accessible. These are two things. Of the two, the mother's love towards the child. This is something which we may not be able to emulate, which we may not be able to replicate very easily. But the love of the child towards the mother, that is something which we can easily emulate or replicate. Why? Because we today, we don't love our difficult people, the neutral people, we don't love them. So this is like you. This is like the child. Day one the child was born, the child did not love the mother. How many agree with me? Day one the child is born, the child does not love the mother or the nurse or anyone. Right? Just born somewhere, no idea what is the world like, no idea, right? And who's your mother, father, the nurse, no idea, right? You only know how to cry. Somebody slapped you, you cry, that's it. Everybody know. You have no love towards your mother. And some people may say, no, that's not true, according to neuroscientists, right? When the dog bites a human being, it's not a news. When human beings bite a dog, it becomes a news. Because this is so rare situation. You're getting it? So, no, the neuroscientist said that when you are the child in the mother's womb, they feel the mother's love. No, that's not true. There's a very, say connection. Because the child's brain is not developed yet. It takes like 30 years to develop the brain to sophistication of expressing love and affection. Sophistication express love and expression. The brain needs to be developed. Child, the brain is not yet developed. Do not have that capacity to feel that intense love. You're getting it? This is reality. So, but people say, no, that's not true. Because they want to say something which is so unusual. Okay, so day when you're born, anybody can pick you up. Anybody can pick you up, and then that's it. Somebody hugs you. You also just, because you need the warmth of somebody as a child. Okay, so you with your relationship with somebody like your boss or nasty person, is that like 1 day old child's relationship with the mother? Yes, no? 1 day old child does not have any affinity to the mother, no affection towards the mother. Like that, you do not have any affection towards the nasty person. You agree? From that point of view, it is very similar. Now, the thing is that this child, although the child does not love the mother, day one the child was born, but within the span of 2 years, 3 years, then the child develops intense affection towards the mother. Yes, you agree? And it's very strong. If you go back in time, you could feel it. You still have the memory of that, how strong you have love and affection towards your mother, towards your father at that age 3, 4, 5. My question to you is, how come that you, day when you're born, you do not have any love towards your mother, and within a span of 3, 4 years time, you develop from zero, it becomes intense love and affection towards mother. What made you to develop this love and affection to that extent at that point? Anyone? What was the reason? What was the reason? Okay, Natalie.
Geshe, with your mother's meeting your needs.
How many agree with Natalie? Raise hands. Can you go a little more detail? In what way? How your mother was meeting your needs? How?
There for you. They're available to you. There for
Available
you.
to you, then
Feeding you.
They feed
clothing you. There when you fall. When you're sick.
yes.
Yeah.
How many agree with Natalie? Yes, this is amazing. The mother's love. This is amazing. Just a few weeks old, and you don't know this language, and the mother was talking to you with the glow on her face of so much of love and affection to you. Look, the love of the mother exuding through her eyes when looking at you and talking to you. You don't ask what this is doing. And you're in the mother's arm, and the mother's talking to you. Lips moving, right, with some sound coming out, but not knowing what it is. And yet, from the glow of the mother's eyes, there's so much love. And if the mother does the same thing to another person, people think that she's crazy, but the other person does not understand you. This baby does not understand you, but the baby only feels your love. The baby feels your love. That's amazing. So, and then when you are when you're hungry, again the mother comes. When you're cold, again the mother comes. When you cry, whenever you cry, the mother comes. So cry means indication that I have some problem, and somebody should come, and the mother comes. So we see that is a source of my benefit. You're getting it? So you see the mother as a source of a benefit. So source of a benefit, your mind, because there's Charles Darwin said that survival of the fittest. You're struggling to survive. For that, you depend on the conducive factors, and you depend on avoiding the non-conducive factors. And who comes there? Your mother always comes there to create the conducive factors, to avoid the non-conducive factors. Your mother comes there. So you see the mother as a source of benefit. See the source of benefit, and you have the desire to survive. And that happens only from the source of benefit, that is your mother. So your love builds up, becomes stronger, stronger, stronger in time, seeing that this is a source of this person is a source of my benefit. How many of you agree with Natalie Resens that your love and affection grows seeing the other person as a source of benefit for you, Resens? Okay, so this is the, now if we are to build love and affection towards the difficult people, or towards neutral beings to whom we don't have any love and affection at the moment, then we have to mimic the love and affection of the child towards the parents. The child who did not have any love and affection towards the parents, the day one the child was born. So you are like the child day one the child was born, with respect to your enemies. Okay, but the child developed this love and affection towards the mother by seeing her as the source of benefit. So this is the basic fabric, basic skeleton, basic fabric for us to develop this intense universal love towards all the beings. Okay, so what is the secret of developing this love and affection? To see the other person as source of benefit. Don't forget it. Mother's love towards the, I'm not talking about the mother's love towards the child, I'm talking about the, how you develop how the child develops the love towards the mother. You're getting it? That, the basic framework or the fabric is, the child sees the mother as a source of benefit. How many agree with me? Raise hands. Very good. Now we're going to use this. We're going to use this. They use this, the mechanism of developing this love towards the difficult people and the neutral beings. Okay, now the key is the benefit. Benefit for me. You're going to get benefit for me. And some of you may be saying that, what? He's talking about Bodhicitta, compassion, again saying benefit for me, benefit for me. This is contradiction. Okay, don't, for time being, don't argue with me. Right? First, for the time being, I know you have this question. Right? I know you have this question. Hold it. Hold it. And if I don't say this, you will not think. You will not think in line with what I am sharing with you. Your mind will be constantly around this part. Oh, he's talking about Bodhicitta, now he's talking about benefit for me, it is contradictory, right? You just keep thinking about it, you will never listen to me. So therefore I told you the warning before. So that, oh, he understood what I'm about to say. You're getting it? Okay, now listen. Okay. Now that the beings are of three kinds. Who are they? So normally, near and dear ones, neutral beings, difficult people. There are three beings. How many agree with me? Raise hands. Good. Now we are talking about what is the secret of building this affection? The benefit. And the benefit that each one of us, we want, the benefit is of three kinds. Benefit that we're looking for is of three kinds. One, short-term, small-scale benefit. Short-term, small-scale benefit. Second, short-term, large-scale benefit. Long-term, ultimate benefit. Okay, let me put it again. What's the first one? Short-term, small-scale benefit. Second, short-term, large-scale benefit. Third one, long-term and ultimate benefit. Okay, if somebody tells you, I have three gifts for you, but you can choose only one, I'll not give all three, you choose one. Okay. Nastia, I hope you'll give me the correct answer. Which of the three gifts you will accept? Nastia.
The third variant.
Third one, okay. Nasty is very profound answers. Sometimes it can give me shock, right? Okay, so I'm glad that she agrees with my thought. Thank you, Nastia. Third one. How many agree with Nastia ever since? If possible, if there's a possibility, then I'll go for the third one. Long-term, lasting. What is that? What's the word? Long-term, ultimate benefit. Okay. I'll say, if there are two people coming to you. Okay, now the second Nastia. If there is, okay, listen to the question and you give an answer. If there are two people coming to you with the present, one is small scale, short term, small scale present benefit for you, and third one is long term ultimate benefit. Two people come with this, person A and person B. Person A comes with the short term small scale benefit, and the person B comes with the long term ultimate benefit. And be very honest, after you get both the presents, who do you think you will remember more, the person A or B? No, don't say both. Only you have only one choice. You have to choose one.
I will try to collect all my patience and choose long-term ultimate benefit.
Okay, how many agree with Nastia? Good. Okay. Now look. If I explain this further, you will say this is common sense. But common sense is very uncommon. We never thought about these. You're getting it? Common sense is very uncommon. It's not common. Common sense is not common. Right? Now explain it, you will say, yes, of course. Yes, of course. But you see, this, it never occurred to your mind thus far. Okay. Now, who's the one who gives you the short-term small-scale benefit? For example, say, the near and dear ones. Near and dear ones, they give you the short-term small-scale benefit. For example, of the near and dear ones, who is the nearest to you? Who is the nearest to you? Okay, let's say, Geshe Ongmale. My mother. How many agree with Geshe Ongmale? The mother. Not now. Now it's very completely aged. Right? So when you were age 5, 6, 7, 8, the mother, raise hands. Good. In what way your mother, why? What kind of benefit you get from your mother? Tell me. Don't just say whenever. Just say the one thing. Like what? Food. Right?
Yeah.
Food. Okay. Food is the food that you eat today. Is it short term or long term? Very short term. Very short term. You just eat it. Tomorrow again you feel hungry. Right? It's not ultimate. It's not long term. Okay. And then it's a small scale or big scale. How costly is the one plate food? 100 rupees. 200 rupees. Okay. So what do you get from the near and dear ones? They're all, generally speaking, they're all short-term, small-scale benefits. Just think of that very seriously. Okay. How did you come to? How did you come from Leh Ladakh to Nalanda?
By air.
By
Aeroplane.
By aeroplane. Okay. Your mother gave you aeroplane?
No.
No. So aeroplane landed where? Landed on the road?
To the airport.
Airport. Your mother owns an airport for you? No. Right? So airport is large scale or small scale?
Large scale.
Large scale. Your mother cannot give that.
No.
Aeroplane your mother cannot give you.
No.
Right? And you are sitting here very comfortably. No massage coming from CCP. No massage coming from Pakistan. Right? We don't have to live in fear.
Yeah.
How come that we don't live in fear? How come? Because of the border securities.
Yeah.
Border securities, what is the cost of the border securities? You know that? The cost is trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars. Your mother provides the border security for you?
No.
No, you're getting it? These are the large scale, short term, but large scale. Your mother cannot provide that.
No.
And how do you come from Nalanda to here?
By car.
By car, in the air, or on the road?
By the road.
By the road somebody had to construct. The road, your mother constructed, your mother asked, oh, my daughter is coming from Nalanda to construct a road? No, right? So your mother cannot provide these large-scale, shorter benefits your mother cannot provide. So, what do you get from your near and dear ones? They're all what? Short-term, small-scale benefits. Now, we see that there's another benefit that we get, aeroplane, airport, the road, securities all over. Securities all over, the border security, and the food that we eat, how many hands are involved. We think of this, we see that these are large-scale benefit, short-term, but large-scale benefit which your near ones cannot provide. These are provided by the neutral beings. Neutral beings. For example, let's say the road, aeroplane. How many came by aeroplane? Okay, how many came by road? By car, by train, all these train, the aeroplane and so forth. Just imagine the train, the aeroplane. So these two, in the first place, say 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, even the kings, they did not have the privilege to go in the aeroplanes. You agree? Even the kings do not have that privilege. And how come that we had a privilege? We are not kings. We are ordinary people. How can it be? Because the aeroplane was developed in different phases. Very simple aeroplane to more sophisticated, and now very sophisticated aeroplane. It developed. So development means that people are involved who are developing this. People involved. How many people involved? The millions of people involved within the span of many years. You agree? And the aeroplane is made of what? Aeroplane is made of metals and plastics. And where the metals come from where? From the... You have to mine this. Mine. How many people were the miners were involved? For one aeroplane, how many miners over all these many years? And the miners, where are they? Where are the wives? Where are the children? The children, they're under the AC. If the miners, the children, they're under the AC, the miners will not work as the miners. Their children are actually under the sun. You're getting it? Not under the AC. They hardly have enough healthy water to drink. And this is how they suffered. And then now this aeroplane came. And the food that we eat every day, the food, just imagine, one plate, how much does it cost? 100, 200 rupees. But if you think carefully of this food, the food came from, first, the materials came from the shop. And the materials in the shop came from the factories. From the factories came from the farms, agriculture. And how many farmers are involved? And these came by the trucks. Trucks were made of metals again. And they had used the road. And how many people died while making the roads? And over the 30, 40, 50 years of gradual development of the roads. And when the roads were constructed, particularly Varanasi, Nalanda, and here, the road is constructed even under the 50 degrees centigrade. They did not have AC hanging in the air. You're getting it? We have this fan, we have this AC, all these things there. They do not have that. So how many people involved just for this simple food? So, and each of these people, driving cars, mining, they have to feed on something, they have to eat something. And again, they have to depend on the farmers. millions of people involved just for this plate of food to come on your table. And oftentimes I give the example, okay, say, okay, how many you have? Somebody tell me, you have a, okay, you have a simple pen, ballpoint pen? Yes. Thank you. Okay, just imagine this pen, ballpoint pen. How much is this? 10 rupees. Okay, just imagine, just think very seriously. We oftentimes take things for granted. It's because of this that the common sense is not common. We take things for granted. Just imagine this pen, which is today 10 rupees, just 10 rupees. 2,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, they say the Egyptian pharaohs and Tibet, I don't know, 5,000, I don't know, Tibetan history can go traceable back to 5,000, but like, I think 1,300 years ago, Tibetan king, Songtsen Gampo, and the Genghis Khan, about 800 years ago, and the Alexander the Great. Alexander, where are you? Alexander. Okay, how old was Alexander the Great? Even those people, Alexander the Great, they did not have the privilege of using this pen. What pen are they using? What pen they were using? A quill, a feather, right? Which is more convenient, a feather or this pen? This pen, right? This pen. But why they are not using this pen? Kings and queens, why they are not using such a pen? Sleek, very cheap, right? And there, you just write few words, again soak it in the ink. And even the letters are not even, because it's very uneven. You're getting it? It's very tedious work. But this pen is amazing. You don't have to soak it in the ink like this. Keep writing and then finish, toss it. Right? It's just 10 rupees. And if this, even those kings and queens did not have the privilege of using such amazing pen. Compare this with a quill, with a feather as the instrument to write. There's a stark contrast in the ease of using it. And yet even the kings and queens who owned the whole wealth of the kingdom, they did not have the privilege to use this pen. If this pen, somehow you can transport it back 5,000 years ago in the past, they will go directly into the treasure house. You getting it? They will take this as a pride of the whole kingdom. No other kingdoms have this. This is a pride, the treasure. And today you get it for 10 rupees. 10 rupees. If your mother is to make this just for you, customized for you, minimum your mother has to spend billions of dollars, because your mother has to, first of all, extract the petroleum for this plastics. And then the ink, I don't know where it comes from. For the nib, your mother has to do the mining of the metals, the nib. And then once these raw materials are gathered, then there should be big machines to process into this fine, the colorless thing, and the shapes. All these structures will cost billions of dollars. Just for one pen, your mother has to spend billions of dollars. And today, you get it just for 10 rupees. You tell me, how come that you're getting this for just for 10 rupees? Whereas if your mother's made it just for you, it will cost a minimum billions of dollars. Why? You get it very cheap for 10 rupees. Anyone, quick. Quick, anyone? Raise hands. Raise hands. Anyone? Quick. Raise hands. Okay, over there. Yes.
Because there are so many other beings involved in making these neutral beings.
Yes. Is there anybody who is from business who can use the business technical terms? Yes.
Geshe, it's called economies of scale. When you produce in mass, the price goes down.
Economies of scale or anyone else? Mass production. Mass production? What, your name, sorry? So what Mariana said, yes, because the same product is bought by so many people that for that you need to have mass production, right? This is known as economy scale. Economies of scale, you're getting it? Mass production. Okay, mass production. Mass production makes it very cheap, 10 rupees. What do you mean by mass production? Ilingo.
When you produce millions of units of a product, that is called mass production.
Same product produced in huge numbers, billion I don't know, but huge number, right? Okay, billion I don't know whether this pen is a few millions, I agree, right? A billion, then you may go bankrupt, right? Okay, but I would say this market, so many customers are there to buy the same product. Because of this, it became very cheap. You agree? It became cheap because of that. Do you know these people? It's because of these people that this became very cheap for you. Do you know these people? Millions of people. You don't know them. Do you hate them? You don't hate them. Do you like them? You have no clue who they are, so how can I like? These are known as neutral beings. It's because of these neutral beings that you get the privilege of using a pen, which would otherwise cost your mother billions of dollars. For you to use it, you have the privilege of using this just for 10 rupees. Likewise, this fan. This is amazing. It may cost you 1,000 rupees. Debakji, it may cost you like 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, this fan. But this fan, not your pen, this fan, your fan, huh? Then?
I think it costed 700 rupees.
700 rupees. Even the kings and queens, they did not have the privilege of this fan. They have the human fan. They have the human fan. Human fans are very complicated. You have to feed them. Please charge the battery. Charge the battery. It'll work. And which is more effective, this fan or the human fan? Right? Human fan, when the battery dies, human fan collapse. Right? Collapse. And human fan, they're human, so that they're watching you also. What are you doing? You're getting it? They're watching what you're doing. This fan will not watch you. Right? It'll do the job and it'll not watch you. So what are you doing? Will not go out. Right? Whereas human fan is very complicated. They fan you, and then what you're doing can also go out. Right? People know what you're doing through the human fans. Very complicated. There's no efficiency, and moreover, what you don't want, your news will go out. You're getting very complicated. So it's amazing. Just for 700 rupees, you're getting it. Extremely efficient things you get. So, and this, again, think of that. How come that you get it if your mom has to make it just for you? Again, billions of dollars. Electricity, and then the electronics. Electricity, you have to use electricity. And the electricity, again, how many wires involved? Hydropower. Billions, trillions of dollars over the ages. Just for the small thing, if your mother has to make it, your mother requires trillions of dollars. These are all short-term, large-scale benefits, which we get only from the neutral beings. You're getting it? Which we get from the neutral beings. So, now who is more kind? Your mother or the neutral beings? Logically speaking, the neutral beings become more kind, because Nastia said that if somebody comes with two presents, one with a present short-term, small-scale present, and the short-term, large-scale present, I would love the person. I would feel closer to the person who gave me the short-term, large-scale present. These are neutral beings. You're getting it? Okay. Now, I also think of, okay, let's say that the, okay, where do you feel safer? When people are crowded, or in a place where you hardly, in a city or a town, where you hardly see people around you, just to walk or by yourself, if the security of your country, security of your local place, if it's not that safe, where do you find it safer? To go in the crowded place or to go in place where you hardly find people around? Which do you think is safer? Anyone? Huh? Okay, how many will say crowded? Lotus is saying crowded. Okay. So one time, I was explaining this, and I said that the crowd, you even feel that, oh, this metro in Singapore, it is known as MRT, yes. So MRT in Singapore is metro, no, in India is metro, in other countries MRT, or maybe they have the different labels. And sometimes when this metro is jam-packed, it's so crowded, you feel that, how I wish that the people are not there so that I can relax. We do feel that. But that we are living in the illusion. It's so you're so lucky that this crowd is there. This crowd is there. Without the crowd, the fear that you will get is going to be just unimaginably so painful. I said this, and then during the break time, one girl, very young one, she came to me and said, Geshe, what you said was exactly what happened to her. I said, what happened? She said that one time when she was traveling by train, it was so crowded, and then she got the feeling that next time I go by train, I will buy a ticket for the AC, what do you call it? Compartment. AC compartment, which is more expensive, and the crowd is not there. So she bought it. She thought like this, next time I'll buy the AC compartment where I can just relax, no crowd, no noise. Then next time she bought the AC compartment, ticket for the AC compartment. She was the only person there. The huge compartment full of 70 people. She was the only person. She was so scared. Then she missed the earlier train ride, where the crowd was there. She was totally free of that fear. No fear. Now fear is extremely the very corrosive feeling. So much of fear. Then she said, no, next time I'll never purchase this ticket. I'll go into the crowd. Okay, now tell me. Say, how many of you say if there's one person coming at the airport or wherever, and you identify, oh, this person must be VVIP. VVIP, very, very important. How do you identify that person? Just by looking at, oh, this person must be, this lady must be VVIP, that person must be VVIP. How do you identify that quick? Yes. Because this person is surrounded by securities, heavy securities, right? You raise hands? Okay. And some of you may be envious. How I wish I'm also like that. I have many securities with me. You're getting it? Okay, now think very seriously. In the crowd, did you feel fear that somebody will come to strangle me? No fear. No fear. And why this VVIP is taking with him or her the heavy security? Why? To make sure that nobody strangles him, nobody kills him. You agree? So, but you in the crowd, you feel the same thing. You have this confidence that nobody will do anything harm on you. What gave you this confidence? What gave this girl the confidence that in the crowd nobody will harm me? Why? Because of the people around you. the crowd. You agree? Yes. Do you know this crowd? The people in the crowd? You don't know this. These are neutral people. You're getting it? And these serve as your security guards. These serve as the security guards. And your security guards are amazing. You don't have to pay. It's for free. Your security guards, they are for free. And his security guards, you have to pay. You have to pay for the security guards. And his security guards are very complicated. Because you want to go to loo, they will come to loo. Your security guards, they will never come to loo. They will give you privacy. And you don't have to feed the security guards. Your security guards, they will make sure they will eat themselves. They will eat, they will feed themselves. It's for free. Whereas your security guards, you have to feed them. And they also come to your loo, with you to loo also. You have no privacy. Right? And they keep observing what you're doing. Right? Your security guards will not bother you. They give the protection, but they don't bother you. Right? They'll be more happy not to bother you. Because bother you is the extra waste of their time. They'll not do that. So you have the total freedom, yet you get the security. But if in the case, other case, they're watching you. What are you doing? You're getting it? And you have to pay them. Right? And they'll come to wherever you are going. They also come with you. And you have no freedom. In your case, you want to go to your room, your security will leave. Right? That's amazing. So, do you know this security, your security guards? You know them? You don't know them. These are neutral beings. So, you see that, you think of all these areas, you see that we get the amazingly large scale, short term, but large scale benefits all out of neutral beings. And here all of us, whether Russians, Tibetans, or the Indians, Ladakhis, from whatever country you're from, here it is almost like a border area between Tibet and China, border area. And we can relax, no fear. Why? There's a heavy security, border security is there. Do you know these people? Border security is there? You don't know them. Today is November. It's snowing. There's snow there. Under minus degrees. There, people, they're heavy, all these, the warm clothes, cold, still they are protecting the border, that we can relax, chill out, and listen to this Bodhicitta. It's all because of you know these people, you don't know them. These are neutral beings. And how come that they are able to provide the security for us? Because they are financed by the Indian government. And where do this money come from? They come from the public tax money. Whole public's involved. 1 billion human beings involved. Of course, each one of us, our tax money is also involved. But our tax money your tax money cannot afford this whole system. It's trillions of dollars. How much we pay? Maximum is, let's say, 10,000, 20,000. It's nothing. Trillions of dollars are spent on the borders. So this is all because of the tax money of the 1 billion human beings in India. And how come that the other countries, they don't come together to attack India? Because there's a system known as UNO. Although it is function, not function, it doesn't matter. At least because the presence of UNO, right? Others, they don't really dare to come together and attack one country. India is a rich country, natural resources, rich. We can attack it and then we can divide. This is what happened to Germany. East Germany, West Germany split. Mongolia, Inner Mongolia, Outer Mongolia split, just for the personal benefit of the different countries. So India can also be done like this. But why this not happening? Because there's a body known as UNO. What is UNO? The whole world is involved. Thing like this, our being very comfortably sitting here involves all the 8 billion human beings. You know these people. We don't know them. These are neutral beings. It is these neutral beings benefit the kindness that we have the privilege to sit very calm and peaceful here. So this is the benefit, this small, what is that? Short term, large scale benefit which your near and dear ones cannot provide, which only the neutral beings provide us. Think about this. It's amazing. You have to think about this. One day, a friend of mine wrote a letter, sent an email to me from Germany. She said that she was just at this border where the Berlin Wall came down and Germany reunited. And she was stepping over from the 1 foot on the other side, and 1 foot is Germany, 1 foot West Germany. And she was contemplating. This was what she wrote beautifully. She said that I was just contemplating how during the split of the Germany into two, during that time when it was split, before that, how many people died in this area? How many people died? How many people had to live in fear? Now I'm putting my feet, the foot one on the West German side, one on the East German side, and I feel so fortunate that I was not born that era. I was born today. Because of this, that I don't have to be in this area in fear. Think of that. Fear is extremely, excruciatingly painful feeling. And that we just are afraid of the fear. It's all because of these neutral beings' contributions. Okay. What is next? The difficult people, right? Okay, so most of us must be waiting for that. How I can feel love and affection towards difficult people. Okay, now when you think about this, okay, I get this much of benefit from the neutral beings. I get this much of benefit from the neutral beings. Your mind will automatically flow towards them. Okay. Last time you remember, we discussed about the 5 ever-present mental factors. Rishi, remember? Armin, remember? 5 ever-present mental factors. Anyone who remembers, raise hands. Those who remember the 5 ever-present mental factors, raise hands, raise hands, raise hands, raise hands. Raise hands. Okay, the lady over there. Your name? Here. Yulia.
Юля.
Yes.
Контакт, внимание, развлечение, ощущение, намерение.
Contact, attention.
It is contact and attention, discrimination, feeling and intention.
Thank you, Yulia. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. This far. Now look, all what we're talking thus far is just changing your affective thought process. Affective meaning where earlier you feel neutral, now your mind flows with affection. How it works? Very simple. The 5 ever-present mental factors. The first, contact and attention. Contact, attention. We never came up with this information before. Now your mind comes in contact with this information. The body area, your security, in the crowd, the pens, the AC, the food that we eat, and so forth. Millions, billions of beings involved over the ages, hundreds of years. All this, then this new information. There's the flow of the extremely important information with the contact and the attention, the information. The discrimination says that, yes, without them, I can't imagine how I live, how I could live. I can't imagine how I can live. So we see that that's amazing. It is the kindness of these neutral beings. It is their contribution that I can have the privilege of using this pen for just 10 rupees, which the kings and queens of the past, they did not have this privilege. You have the no human fans, the real fans. The border areas, the border security guards, your security in the crowd and so forth. You think about this, then the discrimination is just Yes, the neutral beings are so beneficial for me. When you say they are beneficial, they're beneficial to me, what's the feeling? Pleasant, unpleasant? Very pleasant feeling. And on a large scale, pleasant feeling comes. Large scale pleasant, it's very different pleasant feeling. Pleasant feeling that you get out of getting, say, getting one-time food versus getting whole year food. Pleasant feeling is very different. And you want the pleasant feeling or not pleasant feeling? You want it. So the intention will embrace the stimulus of the pleasant feeling. Who is the stimulus of pleasant feeling? The neutral beings, infinite neutral beings. So your intention will embrace all the neutral beings. What do you mean by embrace? Your mind will flow towards the benefit. Flow. Your mind will go closer towards the source of benefit. What is the source of benefit? Neutral beings. Your mind will go close to, your mind will become closer towards the neutral beings. That feeling of closeness is known as affection. You're getting it? This is how our mind builds the feeling of closeness towards the neutral beings. The next. Okay, I want another 6 minutes of yours. We're already 8 minutes past. I need 6 minutes extra. Now the next one is the benefit that we get from the difficult people. Okay. How many of you know Muhammad Ali? We already said it. We already know that, right? Who was he? He was a boxer. Rishi, don't just say boxer. He was a legendary boxer. He was a legendary boxer. And if you are to be boxer, tell me, do you want to be an average boxer or a legendary boxer? You want to be a legendary boxer. Just agree, those who agree with this, raise hands. Okay. If you want to be a legendary boxer, don't keep your mother as your Rishi. Don't keep your mother as your coach. You're getting it? Right? Don't keep your mother as your coach. The mother will never give you a hard punch. Will give you like this punch. This punch, you will never learn how to stop the hard punches. You're getting it? So coach must be somebody who gives you hard punches. If you get the hard punch you don't like the pain. So you have to learn how to stop this. You learn how to stop this. And then you keep learning this, your boxing skills will develop. And eventually you become the legendary boxer. You're getting it? So that the saying that your skills developed through encountering with the counterforce. Your mind grows encountering with the challenges as opportunities. The challenges as opportunities for you to grow. So with this mind, say that after the retreat, wow, it's a beautiful moment. Bodhicitta is amazing. Then tomorrow, and after tomorrow, you go back to your own respective homes. And then your mother was waiting for you. Your dad was waiting for you, right? And you have such a glow on your face, right? Okay, Rishi, your dad is waiting for you. So your dad, mom, your husband, wife, or somebody is waiting for you. And there's a glow on your face, right? And your mom was so happy. Okay, so then your mom comes and says, Valerie, some tea for you. Usually, Valerie says, what tea? No hot coffee? No hot chocolate? No? What tea? Always tea, what tea? Right? Today is very different. The mother comes over, Valerie, some tea for you. Mom, please sit. I'll say, what will I have? Hot chocolate? Or what? Hot chocolate or cold coffee? Or tea, coffee? What will I have? And the Valerie's mother was shocked. And the Valerie's mother was so happy today. She's like a small queen. And mother sits down. Yes, Valerie, I like to. What will I have? My darling, Yeli. What is Valerie, my darling? What will I have? I may have a hot chocolate. I'll also have hot chocolate. right? Mother couldn't believe this ever happened thus far. Today happened for the first time after 29 years, right? For the first time, Mother couldn't believe that, right? Okay, my daughter, tell me, what did you do? Oh, it's a Bodhicitta. It's a Bodhicitta. What is a Bodhicitta? Your mother's not interested in Bodhicitta. What is Bodhicitta? Just to make you happy, she's saying, what is Bodhicitta? Oh, Bodhicitta is something like desire to become, fully awakened for the benefit of all sentient beings. Oh, that's amazing, right? She doesn't really feel amazing. She doesn't understand what you're saying. Just to make you happy, she says, it's amazing. Can I come to this retreat? Yes, next time I'll come with you. You're getting it? Okay. And your mother thinks that you are already Bodhisattva. Your mother thinks that you're already Bodhisattva. Amazing, right? And mother's also glowing. Because to see that you're glowing. And then your neighbor comes, knock at the door. Talk, right? And he goes, yes, just open the door. And the neighbor opens the door and said, pointed to you, hey, you threw garbage next to my door. And Valerie and each one of you said, no, I just came now. You came and the garbage came. You came and the garbage came. No, I mean it. I also mean it. You came and the garbage came. You are responsible, right? And your mother was shocked. Earlier, when somebody knocks the door and says, you throw garbage to the door, you said, get out. Now you're not saying this. Your mother was surprised, pleasantly surprised. What a change, this is real Bodhicitta. And then she says that your neighbor says that, I'll sue you. And then Valerie and each one of you said that, enough is enough, get out. Enough sense, get out. Get out. And the person gets out. You're getting it? Person gets out. This is my property. Get out of my property. We'll talk later. I'll sue you. Right? Look, your mother thought that you are a bodhisattva. Right? How many of you go for medical checkup recent? Annual medical checkup? Okay, why do you have to go for medical checkup? Annual medical checkup? Why? 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 Do you have some problem? For prevention. What is meant by prevention? To see, because you don't know what's going wrong with your body. The doctors know that. So you pay the doctor, please check to see if I have any problem. This is the meaning of annual checkup. How many agree with me in a sense? Okay. Now, your mother thought that you are a Buddha, you're a Bodhisattva, that your self-centered attitude is gone. But your neighbor tells you that still you have a problem, you have a disease, mental disease. Self-centered attitude is still there, still you have the anger, you're getting, which your mother could not identify, and he or she helps you identify that. And then you realize, sit down. And then, oh, mother told me that I'm a Bodhisattva, but I'm not a Bodhisattva. Look at my self-centered attitude, again coming up. You have found your disease. So, who helped you to identify the mental disease? Your neighbor, your enemy. That enemy helped you identify your disease. So, he did not charge you at all. It's for free. Whereas your medical doctors, they charge you. To see what's the problem with you, they charge you. But he did it for free. Right? And he is able to identify that you have still the disease. Unless you remove this disease, you cannot have infinite, lasting, what? The long-term, ultimate benefit. You cannot have this. Wow, it's amazing. I have to go to the Bodhicitta retreat next time again. I still have the disease. I have to cure this. You're getting it? I have to cure it. And then gradually, it's cured. Is cured, your mind expands in infinity. No external factors can affect you at all. That is the long-term ultimate happiness. And who gave you this? Who contributed to this? Your difficult person contributed this. Your mother thought that you're a Bodhisattva. You're not. Your enemy, difficult person, identifies that you still have the disease inside. You're getting it? So this is how we get rid of this, and then you get the long-term ultimate benefit. So of the three, when you truly feel that, my difficult people, they are the ones who give me the greatest of the benefit, your mind will rush to flow too close towards the beings. The love and affection that you feel the difficult people, this is going to be the most intense. Now you love everyone. You love your near and dear ones. You love your neutral beings. You love the difficult people. Now you have no difficult people. You have no neutral people. Everybody is your near and dear ones. This is the meaning of the infinite love. You getting it? Okay. What is next? What is next? Altruism. Okay, we stop here for today. Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata. Okay, dedication prayer, page 52. Page 52. I dedicate the merit thus gathered, towards the realization that is in the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the holy doctrine, scripture, and insight. May in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, Bodhicitta, perfect in the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast the space that I have amassed, from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds were blinded by ignorance. Okay, 3 prostrations together.